All right, hey guys, what's going on? I know Daniel today, so it's Jeff. So I'm gonna do this awesome intro. Uh, Thank you guys for coming to Game Stinger. Remember to like, subscribe, do all that good stuff if you like the content. Today we're just gonna hang out. We're gonna talk about some old PS2 games. Not really a lot going on in the news, so we're just gonna kind of bullshit around a little bit. And since I don't want to go first, one of you guys can start.
All
I
right, I bring. Oh, go ahead. Go ahead, Tyler.
I will start with the for various reasons the second best modern day Final Fantasy game behind 8 which is Final Fantasy 10. Um Final Fantasy 10 is not only does it have the best
Take
um
your camera down, son, man, or sit back, son.
not only does it have the best mini game, you know what I'm saying, side game in the series, but like as far as graphics go, it pushed a lot of things forward in the Final Fantasy series. It was a futuristic, you know what I'm saying, it was kind of futuristic Final Fantasy. The story was I loved the story, I loved the characters. They introduced a battle system where it was a battle system where it was three players, three characters at a time on the battlefield, but you swapped in and out. You can swap the characters in and out depending on
Mhm.
you have flying character, speedy character like a flying enemy, a speedy enemy, and an armor enemy. You'll have Oron, Titus, and Walker. But if you had an enemy that you need to use magic against, you have to switch out with Lulu or Yuna. You know, I really like the game. I like what they did with it. The one knock on the game, and it's a knock that everybody had, was like um parts of the voice acting wasn't
Oh yeah.
all the way there, but it was, you know what I'm saying, it was the first Final Fantasy game with voice acting. Like it was all like voice acted throughout the game. So, I think it can get a pass there, if you give Final Fantasy 7 a pass for all the flaws that it had. Um and yeah, I think it was like a landmark title in the series, and you know what I'm saying, great gameplay wise, everything. Even the soundtrack, the music and stuff, like you still hear places today use multiple parts of it. I wish there was
Mhm.
a complete, they did the HD remake, and that's great. I got it on Switch, PlayStation 4, but I really wish they would remake it, you know what I'm saying, in the modern day engine, and you know what I'm saying, like um Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, definitely with the graphics. I remember when this came out, the first thing I did was download this wallpaper.
Oh yeah,
Like everything about this was amazing.
gorgeous.
Or of course, and even the cover of him just walking out into the ocean,
Mhm.
like that
Hmm.
was awesome.
Yep.
It was definitely wow.
Hmm.
It was definitely memorable.
Yeah.
This is one that I only played. Uh, I want to say I played X2 more. I think I beat X2. I don't think I beat 10.
Hmm.
Yeah, I
Like,
don't think I didn't beat 10 either, but I was there when I was in the room with Tyrell beat it.
like 10 was a game that at the beginning of the game it was easy, but towards the end of the game it really, like, the difficulty really ramped up, and they had some good they had a good antagonist in the game. And towards the end of the game, it's it got really hard if you didn't have everyone's ultimate weapon. And some of the characters, like Walker, you can get his ultimate weapon by playing Blitzball. So that was easy. I think Ice's ultimate
Oh
weapon,
man.
but there was a
Oh
lot of
man.
oh,
You finna go into Blitzball, man.
What do you think
uh,
about Blitzball?
oh my god, like Blitz. Like I think that I was talking to James, I call him Mon, but I was talking to him the other day, and I was saying, like, they could release a Blitzball game like VR, and like have everybody play a particular character role or whatever. Like they can do
Mhm.
something Blitzball, but just bring it back as a standalone game. Like it's like just the concept is like football meets soccer meets basketball. Like it's just all this stuff in one, and it's like the perfect side game. You know what I'm saying? I think like back then I didn't mind as much, but nowadays, when you see like different physics and stuff with the game and how stiff the formations were and stuff, even though it was cool, but like when you see stuff like that, you just kind of think, what could they do with it with nowadays, brought it back. And I like to see an online like a online, not only an online blitzball game, but like a Final Fantasy online setting this universe, you know what I'm saying? Glitching. But just setting this you know what I'm saying, kind of setting the universe. Oh, this is a strategy you use against some of the against some players like real good teams. You just back up and they won't chase you past a certain point because they think that you're like trying to defend, and you just wait to run the clock out, and then you like pass the Titus and like try to go for one spear shot to end the game. Like you had to do what you gotta do sometimes.
See,
But yeah,
if they would have announced that instead of like Final Fantasy Battle Royale, Tardell would have been like so enthused about it, man. Be like, "Are you gonna play it? Hell, the fuck yeah!" Like shit.
I pay for it. Like, it don't even have to be free. Like, you know what I'm saying? Especially if they put it like at $40 or something like that. Even if it was 60, like, I get it.
What?
and give me a deluxe too. Go ahead and take 70 from me. Deluxe.
He'll pay for that shit like some people pay for Madden every year, man. I swear.
Yeah, that's what it'd be like.
I don't want to talk about it. I hate myself for doing it. It's been the same shit since 2014.
Yeah.
Anybody else?
I know like a lot is gonna be games that we enjoyed, but I'm gonna pick one that I hate a lot.
Oh shit.
Fucking Unlimited Saga, since we're on Square Enix. And really this is kind of a spoiler because I did like a few articles, like my 3 like hated games and stuff. If you haven't read it, it's like number 3 is like Echo the Dolphin right now. But
Yeah.
number 1 though is just a spoiler, it's Unlimited Saga, because this game was released. You know how nowadays games have tutorials and stuff, like really long tutorials.
Mm-hmm.
Unlimited Saga didn't have a tutorial to it for real, but it's a game that really needed one because the mechanics were just so fucking confusing. It's like you go in thinking you see it, you see the cover, you recognize how Final Fantasy does like their concept art and stuff with the beautiful colors and the artwork and stuff, and you're like, oh man, I want to play this shit. And you get it, and it's like it's nothing like a traditional RPG for real. It like you'll play it, and it goes along like, okay, you got your attack, your magic, all that shit. It's like, okay, pretty standard fare. This should be fun. Then they put a fucking roulette system in that bitch, and it doesn't. You don't know what it's supposed to do. It's just so fucking confusing. But it can like give you buffs to a battle. It can give you like some debuffs and shit like that. Maybe you'll get like more gil or money after the battle or something like that. But it's like it's so fucking random, and it's not really like explain like how to work around it, that you have to sit and play to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? And most games, most RPGs are like, it's either turn based or tactics or action, and it's like this is what you fucking do. If you beat this monster, you get this. And Unlimited Saga just said, fuck that shit. You can like fight this monster for like 5 minutes straight, and you will not notice a difference in his HP going down and shit. And I hate that game, man. It's like it irked me, and I paid like $40 for it. And it's one thing if you get a game digitally and you pay a lot of money and it sucks, and it's like, well, at least I didn't take the trip to go get it or something like that. But me and Tariel rode this bus like 30 minutes out to fucking Roebuck to get this game. And we're riding the bus back, looking at the instruction manual. We finally get home. We put it in the PlayStation 2. We played a bit, and it's like at first it was like fun, but the longer you played it, you like, this is the drizzling shits. I feel like I wasted my money. I wasted a trip, and I know if I go back to GameStop, they're gonna give me like $12 for this bitch. So I am irritated, man. So
Yeah,
yeah, Unlimited Saga is just like it's like one of those Square Enix games that I just cannot
Oh, yeah,
just
there
go.
is.
Yeah, like I can't stand that game. And the thing is, when you look at it, it looks like this might be fun. It kind of looks okay, you know what I'm saying? But no,
It looks
don't be
nice,
fooled.
especially back then. Like, I think it has
Hmm.
a cool art style.
Yeah, I like the art style, and it's just the gameplay is just fucking frustrating, and it's not rewarding for how hard it is. It's like if a game is gonna be that hard, the reward should be like really good, and you could fight like a monster and then get something like a couple of gold back and maybe a potion. It's like, well, fuck this shit, man. That wasn't worth my effort. So no, and I never beat it.
like
Everything was on a roulette wheel like that.
Yeah, a lot like in battle, the roulette wheel came into play and stuff.
For every spell, I did this for everything, every spell, every attack.
Yeah,
Jesus Christ! What is
they
that? A
might
tree?
like for
You
real.
can
They
pick a
might as
tree.
well, like if they're gonna do that, they might as well just simulate the battle for you. Like there's no
yeah.
point in actually doing the battle. And I think that this game came out. There was a time on PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 where um Square Enix was just trying, you know what I'm saying, trying different games where there were a lot of
Hmm.
like, especially RPG wise, of course, you had Final Fantasy 7 that came out that kind of popularized um JRPG,
JRPGs.
huh?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, JRPGs.
yeah, it kind of popularized JRPGs and mainstream in America. And so they were trying to like recapture the same magic. And there were a lot of when things like that happen where you have a genre or something that isn't popular, and then somebody pops off in that genre, you're
Hmm.
figuring you want more of this, but you don't know exactly what they want. So you kind
Hmm.
of try things, and I don't even know if this would go over in Japan. And this was a time when before I want to say it was a time before the internet was as accessible as it was like as it is now, where
Hmm.
if a game comes out, you can't, you know what I'm saying, like of course if you could have access to the internet, you can probably make it there. And like if you can somehow, you know what I'm saying, I don't think there was a YouTube back then, so you had to search through sites and go to Yahoo and search this and
Hmm.
that just to see a trailer, or you know what I'm saying, let alone gameplay. And so it was like with games like this, it was kind of a roulette of, you know what I'm saying, kind of roulette
Literally.
of you know what I'm saying, like you might have seen in a video game if you get one, if you're lucky enough. But
Hmm.
if it's kind of a close your eyes and dig your hand in the bag type thing. And games that came out. So I if you remember, is this a sequel to was this a sequel to Romance and Saga, or
No, but it was like I think it was like in that whole saga family, like Saga Frontier, Romance and Saga.
yeah, because
And you know that series was kind of still popular in Japan at the time. And the
yeah,
game was actually like well received there. So,
I liked it. Frontier Saga and Romance and Saga, if I remember correctly. Um,
mhm.
it was a long time ago. I used, we used to play them on backup, what I'm saying, computer backup devices for that we already
I
own.
want to see, I want to see how you gonna say what it is. He said, "Oh, backup,
Yeah.
backup devices and programs."
Um, and RPGs usually even if a RPG, because there are lots of terrible RPGs, but in art, what I'm saying, any RPG, even if everything is terrible, the one thing that's usually like the redeeming quality of it is the main character. And yeah, this don't even have a good or memorable main character because I don't even remember him. So
Yeah.
yeah, that tells you a lot about.
The whole saga thing is still going on. 2019 Imperial Saga Eclipse.
What system that came out on? I'm not.
Yeah, with PlayStation 4. I mean, If it came out on Xbox, man, Square Enix didn't sell any copies of that bitch, man.
Yeah,
Web browser,
Web,
Android, iOS.
Imperial Saga. Might write that down. Might check.
Check that
It's
shit out.
like if you gotta pay for that shit, like hell no, boy.
if it was released by Square Enix, you probably had to pay for that shit, man. Cause they're
Yeah,
mobile, like.
like I'd rather pay for a game than to sit through Square Enix's free to play. Like, they'll give you one episode and be like, yeah, they'll say free to play and you'll play and you'll be enjoying it. Then they'll say, yeah, if you want to move on, and it's gonna be $40 to for the full game. I'm like, oh, a mobile device, and then it's $40 with microtransactions. It's like I don't know where they get the audacity. Like for the you know what I'm saying, it's like to be honest, the consumers are to blame. Like I'm not gonna just because if like they have like for them because it's with Square Enix, and I know it's off topic, but with Square Enix, um it's a situation where it's not just one game that's like that, it's multiple games that's like that.
Mm.
And yeah, I'm thinking like if you have so many people that do the same thing, then you know, yeah, if you have so many people that do the same thing, then yeah, they just gonna sell it to
Yeah,
you.
because when you think about it on PlayStation 2, there was like so many fucking RPGs that just came out. And then you
Yeah.
have companies that just like disappeared and stuff and they released a really good game. And it's
Hmm.
like Art the studio that created Art the Lad and shit, like
Yeah. Yeah.
gone. I think
Dark Cloud.
Dark Cloud was the shit.
Um,
yeah.
Front Mission was on. I love Front Mission.
Yeah, I think that was on Super Nintendo and PlayStation.
Yeah, they came. I remember playing one on like PlayStation, but like just the concept of the game and all that. Like I love Front Mission. Ogre Battle, Orc Battle. Um,
Yeah, yeah, that was fun.
like it's just a lot of stuff.
Wizardry.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
a lot of stuff that you wish could come back. But Jeff.
Well, now,
Ultima.
yeah, talking about yeah, talking about all these JRPG. Like, how cool would it be? Like Wizardry. Like they just brought back Wizardry for a PS5 or something.
Yeah,
Like any of these
Mhm.
games would be so cool. People would buy the shit out of it.
yeah.
As we were talking, my answer or my game changed like 4 times.
Mhm.
So like when we were talking about like all the RPGs and shit, like our first kind of early RPGs and stuff, I was like, I thought of Shining Force on Genesis.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Played the shit out of that, and then started talking about something else, and then thought of Wizardry. But I'm gonna go back. I'm just gonna
Oh, cause I about to say we could get into those old school RPGs,
all
man. Just like
day.
double buy PlayStation 2.
That's a,
There's so many of them.
that's for
Yes.
another.
But I'm gonna go back to my original thing, just because I always like talking about it. I know you guys have played the shit out of it, and that's Champions of Norath.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, this game, especially coming from, I grew up early into the online MMO space. I grew up playing EverQuest, Diablo 2, transitioned to WoW, ruined my life, went back. So I grew up in that space, and then as soon as Champions of Norath came to the PS2, it was nice because we only had one PC, and so one of us could be on EQ, the other person could be playing Champions of Norath,
Yeah.
and so I just remember playing the shit out of it, getting my multi-tap, so we could have
Mhm.
4 players.
Yeah.
There was something cool about it. It was so simple. It was just a standard like action RPG, isometric, but there was something different about it.
Yeah.
Return to Arms, when that came out, I feel like they kind of took I don't know, they didn't take a step backwards, but it's like they didn't really change anything. They added like a class. They added, was the Shadow Knight the first one? What'd they add?
In the first one, I mean, in the second one,
Yeah, Berserker and
didn't they add a monk? The monk class.
Yeah, it was just two classes. I think it might have been like a necromancer,
Oh,
maybe.
shaman.
Yeah.
Mm.
Shaman and Berserker. So they added two new classes, but I don't feel like they changed or added enough for the gameplay to. I mean, it was the same thing. You went through the like 6 chapters or whatever, and that was basically it.
Mm-hmm.
But
Yeah.
I put a lot of hours in that first Champions of Norath game, and then of course,
Hmm.
farming bosses. Because once you killed it, that was like you couldn't go back and re-kill it. So like, you'd save before you went in. You'd go in and kill it, save onto a different memory card, go back to your first load on the other memory card, import your character from the second memory card,
Yeah.
do
Yeah.
it again. Like the fucking tricks that we had to do back in the day just to farm and try to get a better weapon was insane.
And something else is that you just like I don't know where you know what I'm saying. I guess gaming as a whole has moved away from the EverQuest series, but I always felt like EverQuest was like just in general was just like a fun series, and there was it had a very healthy player base. You know, and it was fun. I think that they could have did more with it, and I kind of wonder why what I'm saying, why exactly they did away with it and they didn't want to what I'm saying, keep it going, or what I'm saying, it's just weird.
I think EverQuest 2 kind of ruined them. Because
Yeah,
EverQuest 2 came out the same year as WoW.
yeah,
And then, so a lot of, from my experience, a lot of like the original EQ players who had, put 3 years into their characters and servers, and then they're like, oh, here's, instead of another expansion, instead of a 50th expansion, here's EQ 2. And then Blizzard came out, it's like, yeah, but look at WoW.
Mhm.
Look at this cocaine. Don't you
Yeah,
want,
and it looked.
don't you
Another
want,
thing is that WoW just it
don't
just
you want
looked
some?
better.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just
An
thinking about it
interesting,
now.
interesting story about EQ though. And Tariel was there. We went to GameStop with one of our friends. Potato E Machine's computer. So this thing was not going to run anything that wasn't like one of those old Sierra software games and shit.
Jesus.
So
Name
so this
drop.
thing wasn't going to run EverQuest or anything. He bought like EverQuest 2, no, EverQuest 1 and these expansions that went with it and shit.
Hold on, hold on.
And
Remember when you could buy computer games at GameStop?
yeah, yeah,
That's crazy.
Right.
that's where we got it from.
It's insane.
And looking, and I'm thinking like this thing will only run the games that you could get out of like Family Dollar or something like that, man. Like with the really bad live action you know.
Yeah.
So he starts installing it, and he manages to get one game and an expansion in, and he tries to play it, and it's like choppy as fuck.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Well, I'm gonna make me I'm gonna make a warrior and do this." And I'm like, "You ain't doing shit, man, because this thing isn't fucking running. This thing might blow up on us or something, man. Because EverQuest is just too OP for this potato ass computer."
Yeah.
But he had all those discs, man, and it was hilarious.
we, I used to have, they were originally my dad's. Because I was like 7, I wasn't buying the expansions, but the boxes were fucking just stacked up like 2-3 feet because
Yeah,
there was like a new expansion every 6 months, every year, and it's insane. It just kept on. It was EverQuest, and it took. I wasn't quite in the space to do any of my legendary shit. I got to what level? Was it 60 back in the day, and he spent like months trying to get this legendary staff. And the awesome thing that I miss about EQ is once you got to WoW, and I'm sure some other games kind of did it before, but the quest system, once you get to WoW, it's kind of spoon fed to you. It's like, here, go kill some wolves. By the way, here's a yellow dot on your map. That's where they're at. Go get them. And EQ, you get to Kelethin, and they're like, yeah, there's some skeletons out there. Fucking where?
Yeah, where are they? They'll tell you the location. Be like, oh yeah, you want to go way past Quanos, and then like go west of Quanos, and they'll be right there. And then you're like, right there, are you sure? And then you go right past Quanos. It's like goblins or gnolls or something. It's like I see no fucking skeletons. Oh no, you got to go live for. You had to you
Yeah,
had to actually explore yourself. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
And since heading was a thing, like you had to fucking know
Yeah,
which direction was north.
and I
yeah.
think this is a good transition to EverQuest Online Adventures. One of my
Yeah, sit back, son, man.
uh,
We just see like the bottom of your face.
no
I
on
can
my
see it.
camera.
Yeah, I can see it.
No, yeah, on my camera.
Oh, okay, cool then. Never mind.
Shut the fuck.
Yeah, like on PlayStation 2, like I remember when they came out,
God.
because Xbox had where you can get online already, like straight out the box. But with PlayStation you had to go and buy like the how much was it,
That
like $60, I wanna say? Like
yeah
the
for the network adapter.
network
Yeah,
adapter.
Yeah.
You had to get
yeah.
in. The game came with a free. I think it came with like 60 days free, but after that you had to buy the little cards from GameStop to keep your subscription going. And I
Yeah,
just
for
put
$10.
30-day free trial when you buy EQ Online Adventures.
yeah, bro, come on. But
Just looking at this. Oh my god.
like it's just so many memories. Like and I think that it would have been so much better nowadays if you had voice chat and stuff in the game,
Oh
or
yeah.
I'm saying a better way to type. You know what I'm saying? Like I just
The-
love this. I put so many. Like I went to sleep. Like I used to go to sleep at like 1, 2 o'clock in the morning, school the next day, and still wake up. And when I get off, come back. Like, and I had like I swear I had like 50 characters. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I had 50 characters, and like probably like 35 of them were like weren't past level 14. Cause
Yeah.
like once you reach like level 16, that's where the real grind start. Like I think no 18. Once you reach 18, that's where the real grind start. When they start sending you that's where the quest pool starts to melt other where to get the good stuff. You
Yeah.
have to go and do the same, you know what I'm saying, some of the same things and stuff as other races and classes and stuff. Like I remember doing like stuff, going to the Crocodile Island and grinding for seafoam robes. Like being, you know what I'm saying, being level 40 and still having a fucking sea level, what, the seafoam robe I think was either level
it's
3,
five.
yeah, level 5.
5.
Like there's no reason to have the seafoam robe on if you're level 40. Like you're basically hurting your team if you got a seafoam robe on, and I'll be sitting on the rock with my seafoam robe on. Healing, you know what I'm saying? Like nobody could have took, nobody about to do anything to me. Like I'm over here on this rock. I know, you know what I'm saying? It's like it's just all types of stuff that we used to do. Like my main character was I had two mains. I had a well, three. I had a dark L. Well, I had a Paladin. My Paladin was a he was from Quanos. I made him from Quanos. I had a no, my Paladin Utilite, I think. Or my Shadow Knight. One of them. I was a tank. My main characters were tanks, and I had a monk from Quanos, and sometimes I want to be from, because Quanos used to be dead. Like if you ever made a character from Quanos, like Quanos was dead. Like there were like you cannot find a group in Quanos. Like if you lucky, and if you found a group in Quanos, you was in for a 3-4 hour. You know what I'm saying? Group grind fit. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like it's so rare. Like in Freeport, you find a group, you go out to the Crocodile Island, and
Yeah.
there's like, bro, you got one missed pool, and you get tank here, or like, or we getting our damage dealers in here. Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm the tank. Like something like my friends list was made up of nothing but healers. Like, bro, when I tell you I had a plethora of healers that I my whole thing was like I want to be kept alive. Like that's mine. Like just keep me alive. And I'll probably have like 3 or 4 damage dealers, like melee damage dealers, not casters.
Whoa.
because with with the tanks, it was you wanted your stacks. You know what I'm saying? Give me my stacks. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, you know what I'm saying? So I can fix my armor and stuff. And you always had those people who you know what I'm saying, like the caster or the damage dealer who want to go in and like look at everything, like because only one person can like loot a body at a time, and you knew that somebody else was looting the body of whoever's supposed to loot the body, like your the person who's supposed to get your stacks. If you know that they, you know what I'm saying, they like, hey, stop looting the body before me. And it's like, yeah, I picked him. Like, he'd be like, oh, I'm getting stacks. I'm like, no, let him get the stacks because I trust him. And
Yeah, Ninja Luke.
you'll get people who supposed to get your stacks be like, oh, I'm just gonna take a few of them because I need to heal. Bro, if you don't give me my fucking stacks, like y'all getting the G, like y'all, you know what I'm saying, anything that we can't use, like y'all getting, like, give me my fucking stacks, like. And like I remember booting so many people out of our groups because they were taking our stacks and then they want to like just stick around, like, hey, what's going on? And you just see another person just running up in the what's called, so it's just five people standing here looking, and it's like, yeah, this dude the ass person out, like it's
Check this out. Project Return Home.
what's that?
The project's dedicated to porting the now discontinued PlayStation 2 EverQuest Online Adventures to PC format and make it playable to all fans. EQ Online Adventures was shut down in 2012. The game is much more blah blah blah. A short time later, a dedicated group of talented fans decided they wanted to keep it alive and created Project Revival. Efforts were made to reverse engineer the game and transport it to PC. Once the project got to the point where players could free roam the environment solo and the community grew, it was decided to give it an official title. The project was renamed Project Return Home in honor of one of the most famous spells. The current status is pre-alpha, so it's in a playable state.
Is this recent? Like when's this?
It's, it's trademark 2021.
Okay.
Oh, nice.
Download. So. Oh
Oh
my
yeah, but
God.
wait a minute. One more thing about EverQuest, because I don't think because my phone was fucking up. There's like a rite of passage in EverQuest that in EverQuest online adventures that everyone had to do, and that was to run to High Pass, and you had to get a style, and you had to get Spirit of the Wolf, and you had to like run straight and get every carriage on the way and shit, so you can like return to that carriage and shit.
Yeah.
That was like one of the most epic things in that game because you're running past, you'd be like level 5 running past level like 45 bears and shit, and all kinds of monsters. You like, I know if this is comes off of me, I am through. And it was just like so much fun, man.
Yeah,
That
and
was
it's
like one of my favorite things to do in EverQuest was just to
like
run the high pass.
I used to do that like at level. And if you're coming from Quanos, if you run the high pass, you might as well run the Freeport. And if you're coming
Yeah.
from Freeport, if you go to high pass, you might as well run the Quanos. And it's like yeah, like that. I just really love that game. I just wonder, like, even when online event when the expansion came out,
Hmm.
when the expansion came out, and we got, and they added the Shadow Knight in there, and they added something else, and they added the trolls, the troll class, yeah, the trolls.
Man, the
Um,
Shadow Knight had that harm touch, man.
oh,
Yes. Yeah, that crunch sound if you hit someone with
yeah,
it.
they added
Oh
they,
man.
the 1v1 in there, and it's like, bro, you better not 1v1 a Shadow Knight, like, or the only person who can 1v1 a Shadow Knight is a Paladin, and what you do is you like just kind of, you know what I'm saying, it was kind of a battle of tactics at
Attrition.
that point, and it's like, you know what I'm saying, like, get them down, like, just kind of do your damage and get them down, and like, you know that they got that harm touch in there, but you got lay hands, and it's like counter. It's like, yeah, boy, like, you thought you were about to get me, but like, you know what I'm saying. Then, like, as soon as you, like, they hit the harm touch, and you hit your lay hands, and they see that the harm touch, they waste their harm touch. they want to like kind of run away, like, oh no, and it's like we've been fighting for like 4 or 5 minutes, and you want to run away. Yeah, Frontier is like I love. Oh my goodness, like they. I don't know why. I think you know what I'm saying. I think like if they came back with another EverQuest, especially on console, like I think they'll you know what I'm saying. I think they'll have an audience and people will play it
Mm-hmm.
like I never used to do a wheel with my tanks. Like I always used to have the biggest shield I can find, bro. Like I was a tank. Like I was a tank. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I was always a melee.
Yeah. Like I had a
Yeah,
monk
me too.
rogue. I had a rogue. And usually a lot of my characters weren't human. Because the humans were usually like the easiest path to success, but like my paladin, yeah, my paladin was Utilite, and you know what I'm saying, you over there, I forgot what that place was called, but you're over there in the Utilite place, and like you're alone, and you just go, you know what I'm saying, you gotta travel to free high pass, that first you gotta travel to Quanos, then high pass, then Freeport to like get in some action. You know what I'm saying, you had your the place you were on XP at, like they had the bandit camps. And you know what I'm saying, when you find people over there, and I used to hate if I was a melee or a caster or healer and the tank was like wasn't tanky, like they wanted to deal damage and stuff, and it's like it made it hard for your job, you know, it made it harder for you to do your job because part of the, you know what I'm saying, part of the tanking was your ability to hold the Argo, and it's like you'll tell, you know what I'm saying, you'll tell the melee like, hey, don't unload all you know what I'm saying. We know you got the goods, you know what I'm saying. We know you got them combos, but like don't do that because you
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying, I got a whole Argo for, you know what I'm saying, and like me, I was a professional tank, you know what I'm saying. So it's
You
like,
were a professional tank.
yeah, I was professional. Like I didn't just pull one person. Like I pulled like 2 or 3, you know what I'm saying, like red enemies at a time, and I knew that I could handle it, and I knew that my healer was, you know what I'm saying, whatever healer I got, I knew that was solid enough to, you know what I'm saying, like heal me. But the whole thing is that we gotta whittle them down. Like you gotta give me a little time to like get enough Argo on them to where um,
Mm-hmm.
I can hold it all, and you always had that you know what I'm saying. That's why like a lot of times we didn't play with like we did play with a random. It was just one random. It wasn't like a bunch of randoms, and you know, and the random was always usually a some type of damage dealer. And you know, I just tell them like, you know what I'm saying, we got a will, like we got a what's the ones that had the spirits, like the fire spirit or
The
water spirit.
magician.
Yeah, the
Oh,
magician. Like we had one. They used to always want to use the rock one, and the rock one was like the equivalent of a tank. And you know what I'm saying, I'd be like, bro,
hey,
put that shit. Like, first of all, it don't do no damage, and second of all, it's pulling argo off of me, and it's paper. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can just take it down real fast. So it's like,
you might as well
I got,
have it up though. Magicians can have up all sorts of pets. Give them some
yeah, like,
weapons and armor. They're good to
yeah,
go.
like get the bring the fire
Don't even
out.
need a warrior.
But they're, you know, they're like a lot of times their pets were weak. Like they, you know what I'm saying. The tank one, it was like you couldn't like if you had a group and y'all was XPing, either y'all was gonna be XPing off of green stuff or you need that tank. And it's like if you had the tank, you know, don't use the rock one because you know the rock one was the tank. I think the water one was the healer, the fire one was the melee, and there was one, the wind one was the magic, I think. And yeah, pick either the melee or the one that caster pick. Like, but don't pick the rock one because I don't understand like why it was so like it was supposed to be a tank, but it was like it seemed like it had 50 HP, but it is ton like its Argo move was so fucking strong that it could pull Argo off of a Paladin, but it couldn't hold the Argo. And once the, you know what I'm saying, once this pet go down, it's going straight for this healer, and it's like, come on, bro, put that shit up. Like Bro, there were so many people booted for stupid shit in EverQuest. Like so many damage dealers and casters booted for doing stupid shit. And
This
it's like,
video,
huh?
this video was a month ago.
For Return Home.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
This community is truly what makes this game reviving, so we are pleased to be able to share a little bit of test footage with you. The footage was recorded using PCSX2 and the Hagley test server, a testing and development tool being used to revive EverQuest Online adventures. This is all on PC a month ago.
Oh man, I might have that backup program on my computer.
Yeah, me too.
Might.
I definitely do.
You do too?
I like to back up all my PlayStation games.
Exactly. Oh man, this turned into like a EverQuest. What's called appreciate the episode, man. EverQuest.
I actually, I just played because EverQuest is on Steam now, and I think I played it. It was around Christmas time because I had talked to somebody else about it. So it was probably 2019. I played, and there's still a fuck ton of people playing it.
Is it?
Yeah, I have it on my computer too, and I haven't touched it since 2019, like the end of 2019 for real.
All right, we're streaming EQ. We're gonna just do the Mines of Glooming Deep. We're gonna go through the tutorial, kill all those kobolds.
I know. I think at the beginning of last year or the end of 2019, I was playing. I think it was sometime. I was playing Final Fantasy. What is it?
Online.
Yeah,
14.
Final Fantasy. Yeah, 14. I was playing that. I was playing a lot of it too, and it's like it was fun, but it's like, and it's I could say that it's a better game than EverQuest, but I would prefer EverQuest. Like I like if I had the choice to play Final Fantasy 14 or EverQuest, I would play because it's like one, it was simpler, like it wasn't as complicated, and two, like I just prefer.
Oh, I'm going out.
This was a week or not a week ago, a year ago. So was it last year? I streamed it for Game Stinger.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I think my brother's phone went out.
All right, yeah, we could probably close this up.
Yeah. Oh, that looks great.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just wait till I get me a PC. We can do all stream all types of shit.
Yeah, you guys need a PC for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna get one. I just been procrastinating as we are to do. It looks like I love shit like that. Like,
Yeah. All right, so let's close this out.
yeah.
I think that's we've gone long. But this is probably the coolest thing that we found out. Project Return Home. That looks awesome.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. All right, guys. Anything else you guys want to say before we head out?
Grand Theft Auto Trilogy. We didn't get to talk about it, but just quickly, starting with Grand Theft Auto 3, like it really changed gaming as a whole, and Vice City, you had Vice City that expanded, and something that was great about it, and it's crazy that they were able to do all of this on the same system, is that you had Grand Theft Auto 3, and then when Vice City came out, it was like, the map is 2 times bigger than Grand Theft Auto 3, and it's like, oh man, that's so amazing. Then they came out with San Andreas, and they like, yeah, the Vice City map can fit into San Andreas 3 times, and you like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck? And it's like, I think that like that's something that.
I remember getting San Andreas. You opened it up and it had the big map poster in it. I had that shit up on my wall for years. And then I put like little markers and shit on it, like, oh, over here is this gun. Or if you go up north into the, you go through the, it wasn't desert, but like the the countryside up north with all the hicks
Yeah,
and shit. The 2-player icon, you could go play duo.
yeah, and it's like you know what I'm saying. You actually use the map, like you know what I'm saying. It's like you had a map in game, but you wanted to use the big map, like that you have. You know what I'm saying. To be like, okay, I'm here. I need to go here. You know what I'm saying. You use it to find. You know what I'm saying. Ammunitions.
Oh man, that's what I used to miss about games back then, man. You get the physical copy, and then you
Yeah.
open the package up, and then it has like the fucking game map.
Yeah, the
and it
book.
looks like
It's like even past the game, just the presentation of the game, like you had the book, and you know what I'm saying, the book that had the advertisements, like the Cluck and Bell advertisement on it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, all this stuff, the advertisement for the strip club,
V Rock.
Yeah, V Rock. They had the radio stations, like, you know, I'm a hip hop fan, so it's like I usually listen to like a lot of hip hop stations, but my favorite station in any Grand Theft Auto game is the
talk show.
Yeah, the
K-Chat.
Yeah, the one with Laszlo, and like where they just talking about random.
Yeah, I think that was
They're
K-Chat
just
or
talking.
something.
Oh, and what I like about that, I like continuity. And they had like Maurice Chavez from Vice City. He had moved out to San Andreas. Shit, man.
Yeah, and it's like, and the thing about it is the way it was written is like when stuff happened in the game, they mention it on the show.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like, oh, they be like, oh, the so and so district building just blew up. Like, you know what I'm saying? Y'all stay safe out there. You know what I'm saying? It's like that's what I'm talking about. I love, and it was like it was so funny, and it's like, and it seemed so original and organic. You know what I'm saying? It seemed because like a lot of times stuff seemed forced. Like if you ever play what's that? What's the Grand Theft Auto knockoff? Saints Row.
Oh yeah.
If you ever played Saints Row and heard their talk show, it seemed like they're trying so hard to be funny, or they're trying so hard to be edgy or witty and stuff. And it's like Grand Theft Auto, first, like they were the originators of that in video games, and two, like it was just better. You know what I'm saying? Like as far as that goes.
Like one last thing on Grand Theft Auto. One of my favorite quotes from the radio stations in San Andreas was from the when George Clinton was a DJ on one of the stations, and he was like, "Damn," he was like, "What do you call more than one? What do you call 8 pussies? A octopussy." And then he went right into the next song. I was like, "Yeah."
Yeah, just a random joke. Like just a random joke.
It was a joke that was not necessary, but I was rolling.
Yeah, like I used to love, and it's like it was just fun. And I know like nowadays you get like a lot of the kids they play Grand Theft Auto 5 online. They just like the reason I don't play Grand Theft Auto 5 online is because I'm more of a objective oriented gamer. You know what I'm saying? I like things to do, but like back then it was fun just to like. That's back when it was fun to run around, just do stuff, and you know what I'm saying, just get into trouble, or you know, like going to the strip club, for instance. Like if you go to the strip club once, you know what they have to offer. There's nothing new, but every now and then you go to the strip club, like shit, I'm finna just go. You know what I'm saying? After I go work out, so you know what I'm saying, so I can take my titties away. Like after I go work out, I'm finna hit the club, or you know what I'm saying, you be driving around, you just so happen to be in the area. You like, yo, you know what I'm saying, going to strip clubs in different cities.
Man, Vice City encouraged my appreciation of scamming, because it's like, you know, you had this one. You remember in Vice City, you could like pick up a prostitute, and we discussed this before on this show.
Oh no!
And you could like get your props off.
Oh no!
Let her get out, and then
get your money back.
Yeah.
Yeah, just beat her ass.
Oh my god.
Like, this
like,
is so wrong.
Yeah, and it's like I love Grand Theft Auto.
Grand Theft Auto is like,
especially the older ones.
Yeah, the 3 generation of them.
Yeah, we need to do like y'all already
We
did
do that tomorrow, probably.
Yeah, Grand Theft. Yeah, I would love to, cause I have like a lot of, cause I remember playing what was it, Grand Theft Auto, and we can do a episode about Grand Theft Auto knockoffs. Cause some of them were actually very, very good, and like there's an argument to be made about the Getaway being better than Grand Theft Auto 3.
Well, yeah,
fucking Getaway
3, like not Vice City 3, like the Getaway.
You only Getaway 1, because that second one was like, man,
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck they did with that, but it was fun, but it wasn't
The
up to snuff.
getaway was crazy though. Like when you'd get shot in the knee and you'd start dragging your leg and shit.
Yeah, you be driving, you hear the they be like the yard, and they be like, and you just be driving, you be like, oh, where are they? And you just like see them just boom, blue. They just behind you swerve.
The story was so good, man.
Yeah, it was great.
The cars were like had a weight to them. They weren't like all arcade.
Right. Yeah, we'll have to.
We'll
have to get back into this tomorrow.
Yes.
All right. Let's, we've gone a while. Oh my god, look at that. All right. We're gonna stop this. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll talk about more shit like this. But I think we should definitely do more shit like this. Where we just bullshit about old games because they don't make them like they used to.
Oh no.
Hell no.
Game Stinger retro.
Yeah, we gotta make these shorter.
Yeah, this is gonna.
You know what I'm saying?
We'll do like one game and like break it down and stuff.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks everybody who watches this, and especially if you make it to the end.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll be back tomorrow. Remember to like and subscribe, and just imagine Daniel's here like doing. And we'll see you tomorrow.